Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from our channel, Legend Death Data. In this video, we'll be highlighting American celebrities who have passed away today and in the last few days, along with other notable figures from around the world. Before we proceed, we kindly ask you to show your love and support by giving this video a like. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
James Stewart. James Stewart Tolken has passed away at 94. For many, he was that voice. Sharp, impatient, impossible to ignore. Mr. Strickland, the man who seemed to exist just to keep everything in line. The news was confirmed quietly. No spectacle, just the kind of farewell that feels fitting in a way. If you grew up in the 1980s, you remember him immediately. Back to the Future wasn't just a film. It was an era, and there he was, standing in the hallway calling out slackers with that unmistakable edge. It wasn't a large role on paper, but somehow it stayed. Decades later, people still quote him. He had that rare presence, authority without needing to explain it. You believed him the moment he appeared on screen. Before that, he showed up in films like War Games in 1983, another piece of that Cold War tension many remember so clearly. He fit that world. Stern faces, high stakes, no nonsense. Off-screen, though, a different rhythm. Married for many years, a private man, not chasing headlines, just working, showing up, doing the job well. There's something about actors like Tolken. They weren't always the center of the story, but they helped make it real, gave it weight, gave it structure. And now you realize those voices are getting quieter. The halls they once filled don't sound the same anymore. Rita Ephraim, known to many as Ritinia online, has passed away at 31. It's hard to say that without pausing for a second. 31 feels unfinished. Her passing was confirmed after a long, exhausting fight with a condition doctors themselves struggled to fully understand. An ultra-rare auto-inflammatory disease not even cataloged yet, combined with an immune system that simply couldn't defend her the way it should. It wasn't one battle. It was many, over and over again. For those who followed her, this wasn't sudden, and still it hurts in that quiet way. You watched her hold on. You saw the hospital stays, the moments where things got worse, then somehow steadied again. She spoke openly about it. No filters when it came to pain. That honesty. People remember that. She didn't come from the television era or the stages of the 1970s, but the feeling she created, connection, familiarity, that part is the same. It reminds you of how every generation finds its own voices and how quickly those voices can be taken. Behind everything, there was a young woman who kept going. Family close. A circle that didn't leave her side. Strength, yes, but also vulnerability. She never pretended otherwise. And now there's this silence where her updates used to be. It makes you think about time in a different way, not how long someone lived, but how intensely they held on while they were here. Robert Duval, legendary American actor, filmmaker, and producer, died at age 95, and the world of cinema is mourning the loss of one of the most respected talents of his generation. His journey from a young man studying acting in New York to a screen icon brought unforgettable depth and nuance to film. After an early breakthrough as the mysterious Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird, he went on to portray Tom Hagen in The Godfather and Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, roles that became cultural touchstones over a career spanning nearly 7 decades. Duval's commitment to the truth of his characters earned him 7 Academy Award nominations and a Best Actor Oscar for Tender Mercies. And he also wrote, directed, and produced works like The Apostle that showcased his artistic breadth. Known for his quiet intensity and dedication to his craft, he lived partly on a Virginia farm where he embraced his passions for horses and tango. His passing leaves behind a vast legacy of films and performances that continue to influence actors and filmmakers worldwide. James Edward Gadson has passed at 86. One of those names many people didn't always see but definitely heard over and over again. The confirmation came quietly. No big spectacle. Just the kind of news that spreads among musicians first, then slowly reaches everyone else who grew up with that sound. Because if you lived through the late 60s, the 70s, even into the 80s, you've already felt what he did. He was there on recordings that shaped entire afternoons on the radio, on soul records, R&B classics, songs that didn't rush, songs that breathed. His drumming wasn't loud. It wasn't trying to impress. It just stayed steady, deep, human, and that's harder than it sounds. Born in Kansas City in 1939, he came up at a time when music was changing fast, when studios were full of experimentation. Yet somehow, Gadson became the constant, the one producers trusted when a song needed to feel right, not just sound right. There's something people close to those sessions always say. He listened more than he played. Let the song speak first. That tells you a lot about the man. He wasn't chasing attention. He was building foundations, quietly helping create records that people would carry with them for decades, sometimes without even knowing his name. And maybe that's what makes this hit a little differently. Because losing someone like James Gadson isn't just about a person. It's about realizing how many moments of your own life had his rhythm underneath them. I.J. Blocker, who passed away at the age of 95, was a Dutch musician, television actor, comedian, and presenter whose unusual humor and memorable characters made him a recognizable figure in Dutch entertainment. Born in Den Helder in the Netherlands, he first built his career as a professional drummer, performing with orchestras in the Netherlands and Germany, and even teaching music to young performers, before gradually moving toward television. His life took a dramatic turn in the early 1970s when he became widely known for portraying the eccentric character Baron Servais in several satirical television programs created by Wim T. Schippers, including The Fred Hache Show and other controversial VPRO broadcasts that shocked and entertained audiences with their absurd humor. As his career evolved, he also appeared in various television series, presented programs, and even scored a musical hit with the song Warm Moeder Harten. When news of his death spread, admirers remembered a creative entertainer whose daring style and comedic imagination helped shape Dutch television culture, leaving behind a legacy of bold satire and unforgettable characters. American football player Jeffrey Glenn Seaman died on March 28, 2026, at the age of 75. He was best known for his 11 seasons as a linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings in the National Football League, his 4 Pro Bowl selections in 1973, 1975, 1976, and 1977, and his induction into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2006.
Tim Vry, who died at the age of 42, was a renowned American drummer best known for his work with the indie rock band Manchester Orchestra. His passing has left the music world in profound sorrow, as fans and fellow musicians reflect on his vibrant spirit and talent. Raised in Pensacola, Florida, he picked up sticks as a teenager under the influence of his drummer father, and went on to join Manchester Orchestra in 2011, becoming the band's longest-serving drummer. He played on acclaimed albums such as Cope, A Black Mile to the Surface, and The Million Masks of God. Known for his warm personality, infectious laugh, and deep dedication to his craft, Vry became much more than a percussionist. He was the rhythmic heart of the group and a beloved creative force whose energy helped shape their sound and live performances. In the wake of his unexpected departure, tributes have emphasized not only his musical impact, but also the kindness and generosity he shared with fans and friends. Tim Vry's legacy endures through his music, his influence on contemporary indie rock, and the countless lives he touched with his joy and artistry. Pino Classy, who died at the age of 92, was a distinguished Italian actor and master voice performer, whose passing left Italy's film and dubbing community in deep sorrow. Revered for his refined voice and commanding presence, He built a career that moved gracefully between stage, screen, and recording studio. Born in Rome, Classy first gained attention as a talented stage actor before expanding into cinema and television during the golden years of Italian filmmaking. Yet, it was his extraordinary work as a dubbing artist that made him unforgettable, lending his Italian voice to international stars in major productions and giving them emotional depth for local audiences. As the news of his death spread, admirers reflected on how his vocal artistry shaped generations of moviegoers. His legacy lives on through the countless films enriched by his performances, remembered as a craftsman who elevated voice acting into a respected and enduring art form. Country Joe Macdonald, the influential American folk rock singer, songwriter, and political activist, died at the age of 84, leaving behind a voice that once echoed through the turbulent spirit of the 1960s counterculture. Born Joseph Allen McDonald in Washington, D.C., and raised in California, he grew into music during his youth, teaching himself guitar and absorbing the sounds of folk, blues, and country. His rise to prominence came as the lead singer and co-founder of the psychedelic band Country Joe and the Fish, a group that captured the energy of the San Francisco music scene and the protest era. Their famous anti-war anthem, "I Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die Rag," became a defining moment at the 1969 Woodstock Festival and turned him into a symbol of musical resistance. As the years passed and the band dissolved, McDonald continued as a solo performer, recording dozens of albums and writing hundreds of songs that blended art with political conscience. His passing closed the chapter on a musician whose fearless lyrics and enduring performances helped shape the soundtrack of protest, peace, and cultural change. Those who worked with James Tolken often remembered the intensity and focus he brought into every room, on set and off. James Tolken was an actor whose presence on screen left a strong impression, no matter how long he was on camera. Audiences were drawn to the way he could command a scene with just a look or a few carefully delivered words. Over the course of his career, he became known for characters who carried authority, tension, or sharp wit. He brought a clear sense of purpose to each role, making even brief appearances feel important to the story around him. Colleagues and viewers alike appreciated his dedication to craft. He gave his characters shape and weight, often turning what could have been simple roles into memorable moments. That commitment helped define the worlds of the films and shows he appeared in and added depth to the stories they told. Beyond the characters, people will remember the professionalism and seriousness he brought to his work. There was a consistency in how he showed up, prepared, and delivered, and that reliability earned him respect throughout his career. For many fans, James Tolken's performances became part of the backdrop of their lives, tied to the movies and shows they grew up with and still return to. His work lives on in those scenes, in the lines people still quote, and in the energy he carried into every performance. Today, we remember James Tolken with gratitude for the stories he helped tell and the characters he brought so vividly to life. His legacy continues in the memories of those who watched him, worked alongside him, and were inspired by the strength of his presence. Tributes to James Tolken. Those who worked beside Mary Beth Hurt often said that simply sharing a stage or a scene with her made them want to be better at what they loved. Mary Beth Hurt was born Mary Beth Supinger on September 26, 1946, in Marshalltown, Iowa. She grew up in a home where learning and music were part of everyday life. Her father was a school superintendent, and her mother was a music teacher. Together, they nurtured in her a deep respect for education and the arts. She went on to study drama at the University of Iowa, laying the foundation for a remarkable life in performance. An American actress of stage and screen, Mary Beth made her Broadway debut in 1974 in Trelawney of the Wells. Over the years, she became a widely respected stage actress, earning 3 Tony Award nominations for Trelawney of the Wells, Crimes of the Heart, and Benefactors. She also received an Obie Award for her performance in Crimes of the Heart, a Lortel Award for Outstanding Featured Actress for When the Rain Stops Falling, and a Drama Award nomination for The Day Room in 1988. In 1978, she stepped into film with her debut as Joey in Woody Allen's Interiors. Audiences came to know her on screen through memorable work, including Helen Home in the World, according to Garp, 1982, and roles in The Age of Innocence and 6 Degrees of Separation, both released in 1993. She moved with ease between stage and film, working extensively in both throughout her career. In her personal life, Mary Beth married actor William Hurt in 1971. They divorced in 1981. On August 6, 1983, she married director and screenwriter Paul Schrader. Together, they had 2 children, Molly Johanna and Sam. Mary Beth Hurt was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2015 and was placed in a memory care facility in New York City by February 2023. She died on March 29, 2026, at age 79, from complications related to Alzheimer's disease in New York City. Today, we remember a gifted actress whose work on stage and screen touched audiences for decades, and a woman whose life was rooted in family, learning, and art. Daryl Crofts, one half of the legendary soft rock duo Seals and Crofts, passed away on March 25, 2026, in Austin, Texas, following heart surgery. He was 87 years old. Born in Cisco, Texas in 1938, Crofts started on piano at age 5, switched to drums at 10, and by high school was already playing alongside a young Jim Seals. That friendship became one of the most celebrated partnerships in American music. Together, Seals and Crofts dominated the 1970s with timeless hits like Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl, 4 gold albums, 2 platinum, and a sound that defined a generation. Crofts also mastered the mandolin, carrying it with him everywhere they toured. Beyond the music, Crofts lived a full and remarkable life, ranching in Texas, raising Arabian horses, and guided throughout by his deep Baha'i faith, the same spirit that breathed soul into every song he wrote. Crofts leaves behind a legacy as warm and lasting as the music he gave the world. Steve Gaines, an American Baptist pastor and influential religious leader, died at the age of 68, leaving behind a life devoted to faith, preaching, and spiritual leadership. Born in Corinth, Mississippi, he was raised in Tennessee, where his early experiences in church shaped a calling that would guide his entire life. After studying at Union University and later earning advanced degrees in theology, he entered ministry with passion, steadily rising through pastoral roles before becoming the senior pastor of Bellevue Baptist Church in Memphis, one of the largest congregations in the Southern Baptist Convention. His leadership reached a national level when he served as president of the Southern Baptist Convention from 2016 to 2018, where he emphasized evangelism and revival. Known for his powerful preaching and commitment to community outreach, he influenced thousands through sermons and ministry programs. When news of his passing on March 20th, 2026, spread, many mourned deeply, reflecting on a legacy defined by faith, service, and a lasting impact on American religious life. Leudmila Arinina, a renowned Soviet and Russian film and theater actress, died at the age of 99, leaving behind a long and distinguished life devoted to performance and storytelling. Born in the village of Sinanskoye in the Saratov region, she grew up in a creative household as the daughter of a painter. Her passion for acting led her to study at the prestigious Gaitis Theatre Institute, from which she graduated in 1948. Over the following decades, she steadily built a respected career on stage and screen, eventually appearing in more than 100 films and television projects. She became known for her thoughtful character roles in productions such as Belarusian Station, An Almost Funny Story, and Guest from the Future. Honored as an honored artist of the RSFSR in 1976, she earned admiration for her dedication to craft and her ability to portray deeply human characters. When news spread that she had passed away in Moscow in 2026, admirers reflected on a legacy that enriched Russian cinema and theater for generations. Esther Roar, the beloved Dutch actress best known for her role as neighbor Sonia in the long-running comedy series Keys and Koper, passed away on March 25, 2026, in Amsterdam. She was 61 years old. Born in Bussum, North Holland, on January 25, 1965, Roar trained at the Academy of Theatre and Dance in Amsterdam, graduating in 1991. She became a household name in the Netherlands through Keys and Co., broadcast on RTL4 from 1997 to 2006. She was also recognized for her appearances in Flodder and Maastricht, as well as Banter. Esther Roar leaves behind a legacy of warmth, humor, and a body of work that touched audiences across a generation. Huka de Olivera, a Brazilian actor, playwright, and director renowned for his powerful presence in theater and television, died at the age of 88, leaving behind a remarkable artistic journey that shaped Brazilian performing arts. Born in São Paulo, Brazil, he developed an early passion for literature and drama, eventually music, studying law, before dedicating himself fully to acting. His career began on stage, where he became one of the leading figures in Brazilian theater, known for his intellectual depth and commanding performances. He later gained widespread recognition through television, especially in popular telenovelas, where his expressive style and strong character portrayals earned him admiration from audiences across the country. Beyond acting, he also wrote plays that reflected social and political themes, showing his engagement with Brazilian society. When news of his passing in 2026 spread, the cultural community mourned deeply, honoring a legacy defined by artistic excellence, cultural impact, and a lifelong commitment to storytelling. Roger Brute, a Canadian baseball broadcaster and former professional player known for his energetic commentary, died at the age of 73, leaving behind a vibrant legacy in the world of sports media. Born in Montreal, Quebec, he developed a deep love for baseball at a young age, eventually playing as a catcher in the minor leagues, where he gained first-hand experience of the game he would later cribe with passion. His transition to broadcasting marked the true rise of his public career, as he became a familiar voice for the Montreal Expos and later the Toronto Blue Jays, captivating fans with his enthusiasm, signature catchphrases, and deep knowledge of baseball. His ability to connect with audiences made him one of the most beloved commentators in Canadian sports. When news of his passing in 2026 spread, fans and colleagues music mourned deeply, remembering a voice that brought the game to life and a legacy defined by passion, energy, and lasting influence on baseball broadcasting. Neil Saddaka, the legendary American singer, songwriter, and a definitive voice of the brill-building era, passed away on February 27, 2026, at the age of 86, due to atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. His passing left a profound void in the music world, which remembered him for his extraordinary gift for crafting timeless pop melodies that defined multiple generations. Born on March 13, 1939, in Brooklyn, New York, Neil demonstrated a prodigious talent for the piano from an early age, eventually honing his skills at Juilliard's preparatory program. Growing up in the vibrant musical landscape of post-war America, he developed a unique identity by blending classical precision with the infectious energy of rock and roll. Neil Saddaka gained global recognition through his prolific songwriting and a string of chart-topping hits. One of his most iconic achievements was the 1962 anthem "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do," a song so versatile that he later hit the top 10 again in 1975 with a soulful ballad version, a feat unmatched in music history. Despite facing a crushing career eclipse during the British invasion of the 1960s, Neil staged a miraculous comeback in the 1970s with hits like "Laughter in the Rain" and "Bad Blood," supported by his friend Elton John. In recognition of his enduring impact, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and honored with the Sammy Cahn Lifetime Achievement Award. Though he is no longer with us, Neil Saddaka's artistic legacy endures through the joyful and nostalgic melodies that remain woven into the very fabric of popular music. Chuck Negron, the soul-stirring lead vocalist of Three Dog Night and a powerhouse of 1970s rock, passed away on February 15, 2026, at the age of 83, due to complications from COPD. His passing marks the end of an era for fans who revered his extraordinary vocal range and emotional depth. In a heartfelt tribute, his family stated, "Chuck lived a life of music and resilience. His voice was a gift to the world, and his strength in overcoming life's darkest chapters remains his greatest legacy." Born on June 8, 1942, in Manhattan, New York, Chuck's musical identity was forged in the vocal harmony groups of his youth and his early days as a collegiate athlete. Chuck Negron gained international stardom through his soaring tenor, which propelled Three Dog Night to the pinnacle of the charts. His definitive performance in the 1969 hit "Joy to the World" became a global anthem of optimism. Despite a harrowing, decade-long battle with addiction that nearly silenced his career, Chuck staged an inspiring recovery, dedicating his later years to helping others find sobriety. In recognition of his enduring impact, he is celebrated as one of the greatest American legends in rock history. Though he has left the stage, Chuck Negron's artistic legacy endures through the vibrant and soulful melodies that continue to bring joy to the world. Tai Nicholas Brendan, an American actor best known for his role in television and his connection to a generation of fantasy drama fans, died at the age of 52, leaving behind a life shaped by both success and personal struggle. Born in Los Angeles, California, he discovered acting later in his youth after overcoming a childhood stutter, a challenge that deeply influenced his confidence and resilience. He rose to fame in the late 1990s as Xander Harris in the cult television series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where his humor and relatability made him a beloved character. Following this success, he appeared in various television projects and independent films, while also navigating personal difficulties that often brought him into the public eye. Despite these challenges, he remained connected to fans through conventions and continued acting work. When news of his passing in 2026 spread, many mourned deeply, remembering a performer whose legacy lives on through characters that brought warmth, humor, and humanity to audiences worldwide. Died at the age of 65, leaving behind a dynamic career that spanned theater, cinema, and television. Born in Paris, she discovered her passion for performance early and began her journey in theater, before gaining wider recognition through radio and television, where her humor and authenticity quickly resonated with audiences. She later transitioned into film, achieving major success as both an actress and director, particularly with popular comedies such as Jivu Thibault, which showcased her ability to blend humor with emotional storytelling. Over the years, she became a familiar and respected figure in French entertainment, admired for her bold, creative voice and versatility across multiple roles in the industry. When news of her passing in 2026 spread, fans and colleagues expressed deep sadness, remembering a lively and original talent whose legacy continues through her films, performances, and lasting contribution to French cinema and comedy. Isabelle Mgo, a French actress, director, and screenwriter known for her vibrant personality and sharp comedic style. Tom George, a British actor known for his distinctive presence in television, film, and theater, died at the age of 87, leaving behind a long and respected career in the performing arts. Born in Liverpool, England, he grew up with a passion for acting that led him to train at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art before beginning his journey on stage. Over the decades, he became a familiar face on British television, appearing in acclaimed series such as The Bill, Brookside, and Emmerdale, where his strong character portrayals earned him admiration from audiences. Alongside television, he also built a solid reputation in theater and film, showcasing versatility across different roles and genres. His performances often reflected depth and authenticity, making him a reliable and respected figure in the industry. When news of his passing in 2026 spread, colleagues and fans mourned deeply, remembering a dedicated actor whose legacy endures through decades of memorable performances and his contribution to British drama. Judy Pace, an American actress and trailblazing television performer, died at the age of 82, leaving behind a career that quietly broke barriers in Hollywood. Born in Los Angeles, California, she grew up with an early interest in performance and stepped into acting during the 1960s, a time when opportunities for African American actresses were still limited. She gradually built a steady presence on television, becoming one of the first Black actresses to appear regularly in dramatic roles, with notable performances in series such as Peyton Place and The Young Lawyers. Her natural elegance and emotional depth allowed her to move between film and television, earning respect within the industry and among audiences. Beyond her work on screen, she became a symbol of progress, opening doors for greater representation in mainstream media. When news of her passing in 2026 spread, many reflected with sorrow on a legacy defined by quiet determination, cultural impact, and a lasting contribution to diversity in American entertainment. The entertainment world is mourning the loss of Kiki Shepard, the iconic co-host of Showtime at the Apollo, who died suddenly on March 16th from a heart attack. Her passing was completely unexpected. For 15 years, from 1987 to 2002, Shepard captivated millions alongside Steve Harvey and Sinbad, earning the legendary title, Apollo Queen of Fashion. But there was so much more to this woman than the spotlight. Born in Tyler, Texas, she graduated in the top 10% of her class with a degree in business administration from Howard University, where she also joined the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, then conquered Broadway in the 70s and 80s, starring in celebrated productions before becoming a household name on television. Her screen credits span A Different World, Baywatch, and NYPD Blue, and off-camera, she was a fierce advocate for the sickle cell community. Friend and hairstylist Elgin Charles said it best, "We have lost a giant. Her legacy as a champion for our people will never fade." Kiki Shepard was the real thing. Grace, talent, and heart all in one. Gone too soon, but never forgotten. The online world is mourning the loss of David Alejandro Palias Marin, beloved Colombian content creator known as Allejo Little, who passed away at just 33 years old. The news was confirmed by close friend and fellow creator Carlos Faria on March 13th via Instagram. "Today, I woke up to some bad news. A friend of mine passed away." Born with skeletal dysplasia, a rare genetic condition affecting bone and joint development, Allejo stood just under 3 feet tall and turned every limitation into a platform. His motto said it all: "I'm 90 centimeters tall, and nothing is too big for me." That spirit earned him over 4.2 million combined followers on Instagram and TikTok, where he shared his life openly, inspiring millions with his resilience, humor, and fearless attitude. His final Instagram post, shared on his 33rd birthday, was a message of faith and gratitude, a fitting reflection of the man he was. Fans and friends flooded his comments with tributes. "You were a great example of life, a wonderful person on this earth." Further details surrounding his passing have not been released, but Allejo Little proved that the size of a life is never measured in inches. His legacy lives on. Bruno Salamone, a French actor and comedian known for his warm humor and memorable television roles, died at the age of 55, leaving behind a creative career that brought laughter to audiences across France. Born in Villeneuve-Saint-Georges in 1970 and raised partly in Marseille, he first stepped onto the stage in the early 1990s, performing sketches in small comedy venues and gradually developing a distinctive style of absurd and expressive humor. His breakthrough arrived after winning the television talent show Grains de Star, which opened doors to film, theater, and television work. Salamone later became widely recognized for playing Denis Boulet in the popular series Fais pas ci, Fais pas ça, a role that turned him into a familiar face for French families. Beyond acting, he also lent his voice to animated projects and worked in dubbing, showing impressive versatility. When news of his passing spread after a long illness, many remembered his kindness, comedic talent, and the lasting mark he left on French entertainment. John Alfred, a British television actor and pop singer who died at the age of 54, lived a life that reflected both early fame and later hardship. Born John James Shannon in Glasgow, Scotland, he stepped into the entertainment world as a young performer and soon gained recognition on British television. His breakthrough came when he played Robbie Wright in the popular BBC school drama Grange Hill, a role that introduced him to a wide audience. He later achieved greater fame portraying firefighter Billy Ray in the ITV drama London's Burning, becoming a familiar face in 1990s British TV. During the height of his popularity, he also pursued music and released singles that reached the UK charts. However, legal troubles and personal struggles eventually overshadowed his career and pushed him away from the spotlight. His life came to a sorrowful close while in prison in England, ending a turbulent journey. Even so, his performances in beloved television dramas remain the lasting legacy of a once promising entertainer. A new music video from an AI-generated performer is causing a major debate across the entertainment world. The digital character Tilly Norwood has just released her first single, titled Take the Lead. The project was introduced by the production company Particle 6, which created the virtual performer using artificial intelligence and motion capture technology. The 4-minute video was released around March 10th and quickly began trending online. In the video, the computer-generated singer appears in a series of flashy scenes. She sings and dances on rooftops, relaxes in a bathtub, rides giant pink flamingo, floats through the clouds, and performs in a packed stadium while money rains from the sky. At the beginning of the video, the creators added a message saying that 18 real people worked on the project, including designers and editors. The company says the goal was to explore how new technology can be used in entertainment while still involving human creators. But the reaction online has been very strong and mostly negative. Many viewers and critics have mocked the song and called the project awkward or forced. Some say the music sounds artificial, while others feel the lyrics try too hard to defend the use of AI in the arts. The song itself talks about creativity and claims that artificial intelligence should not be seen as the enemy. The criticism comes at a time when many actors and industry groups are already worried about how AI could affect jobs in film, television, and music. Because of that, the video has sparked a larger discussion about whether AI performers should have a place in the entertainment industry at all. Despite the backlash, the creator behind the project says the video was never meant to replace human artists. Instead, they describe it as an experiment meant to push creative limits and see what new tools can do. For now, the debate continues online. Some people see the project as a glimpse of the future of entertainment, while others believe it shows exactly why human creativity should remain at the center of music and film. Either way, the launch of Tilly Norwood's first song has made one thing clear. The conversation about artificial intelligence in entertainment is far from over. American opera conductor Willie Anthony Waters, a pioneering figure in classical music and one of the few black conductors to achieve international recognition, died in March 2026 at the age of 74. His career helped break racial barriers in the world of opera and orchestral music. Waters was born on October 11, 1951, in Goulds, Florida, near Miami. His professional conducting debut came in 1979 with the Utah Symphony, launching a career that would span major opera houses and orchestras around the world. He served as music director and principal conductor of Florida Grand Opera from 1986 to 1995, and later became artistic director and general manager of Connecticut Opera from 1999 to 2009, making history as the first African-American artistic director of a major opera company. During his career, he conducted renowned operas such as Aida, Turandot, Tosca, Carmen, and Lucia di Lammermoor. Waters also appeared as a guest conductor with companies including Opera Australia, Deutsche Oper Berlin, New York City Opera, and the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. In 1995, he led the first performance of Porgy and Bess in Cape Town, South Africa, an important cultural milestone. He later devoted his time to mentoring young singers through the Martina Arroyo Foundation. Honors included the Prix de Martel in 1991 and the National Opera Association's Lift Every Voice Legacy Award in 2013. After suffering a stroke around 2019, Waters stepped away from professional work. His legacy remains one of artistic excellence, leadership, and historic progress in the world of opera. Jennifer Renan, the actress beloved for her iconic role in Ghostbusters and the hit sitcom Charles in Charge, has passed away at 65 after a brief battle with cancer. Her family confirmed the heartbreaking news on March 8th, sharing, "Our beloved Jennifer passed away, surrounded by her family. She will always be remembered for her love of life and her devotion to her family and friends." Close friend and actress Erin Murphy expressed her grief on social media, writing, "Some people you just know you'll be friends with before you even meet. She was a special lady. I'll miss you, Jen." Born in Chicago on April 1st, 1960, Renan built a remarkable career across Hollywood's most memorable productions. She made her mark in the 1984 blockbuster Ghostbusters, appearing alongside Bill Murray in one of the film's most unforgettable scenes. That same year, she starred in Charles in Charge and Up the Creek, cementing herself as one of the decade's most recognizable faces. Her television legacy stretches across Quantum Leap, Beverly Hills 90210, Murder, She Wrote, and A Very Brady Christmas, where she stepped into the iconic role of Cindy Brady. By 2014, Renan had quietly shifted her focus to teaching, a testament to the giving spirit her family described. Her daughter Bailey, herself a working actress, captured what so many felt. "All of the best parts of me came from you. The kindest, most compassionate person I've ever known. My best friend." Jennifer Renan leaves behind a legacy that will live on through every frame she graced.
Italian film critic and festival director Giorgio Gustetti has died at 70, leaving a void that the entire international festival world is still trying to process. Born in Venice in 1956, Gustetti spent decades shaping the city's legendary film festival from the inside. He started there in 1980, rose to become Gillo Pontecorvo's right-hand man, and in 2004 founded the Venice Days, an independent section modeled on Cannes Directors Fortnight that gave a new voice to filmmakers outside the mainstream. He didn't stop there. Gustetti co-directed the Rome Film Festival's cinema section alongside Teresa Cavina, until a political shakeup forced both of them out in 2008. He also founded and directed the Courmayeur Noir in Festival, led Mistfest and Antenna Cinema, taught film at Bologna's Dams program, and published major works on Hitchcock, Duras, and Sidney Pollack. The Venice Biennale remembered him with rare words. His passing leaves a huge void in the festival community, in Italian film culture, and in all those who had the opportunity to know and appreciate his professionalism, his wisdom, his kind and human ways. A few people shaped Italian cinema culture as quietly and as deeply as Giorgio Gustetti.
2.
Maria O'Brien, actress known for Matlock and Protocol, has died at 75. She passed away on February 24th, and no cause of death has been revealed. O'Brien came from Hollywood royalty. Her father was Oscar-winning actor Edmund O'Brien, and her mother was musical comedy star Olga San Juan. Her career spanned 3 decades with roles in Quincy M.E., The Incredible Shrinking Woman, and Protocol, sharing the screen with Goldie Hawn and Jean Smart. Behind the camera, she became a respected acting coach on Days of Our Lives for over 15 years, retiring in 2022. In 1983, she stood before Congress to speak about Alzheimer's disease after her father became one of the first Hollywood stars publicly diagnosed with the condition. She is survived by her 3 children and her sister, Bridget O'Brien Adelman. Former NASCAR driver Chase Piston has passed away at 42. His family confirmed the news on Monday, March 2nd. His older brother, Nick, broke the silence on Facebook. "My little brother and best friend is gone. I'm heartbroken. I miss you already, Chase. I hope you're in a better place." Racing outlet Legends Nation remembered Chase as a fixture in motorsports. Not just a skilled driver, but a team owner whose Chase Piston squad showed up to every track ready to win, and usually did. The grandson of early NASCAR legend Tiger Tom Piston, Chase got behind the wheel at just 6 years old. He won the Summer Shootout Championship 4 times between 1999 and 2005 and racked up more than 80 feature victories across Legends, Late Model, and USR competition. The Charlotte, North Carolina native went on to compete in the ARCA Menards Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series. In 2006, he turned heads with a top 10 finish at Iowa Speedway, piloting the number 50 Dodge for Bobby Jones Racing. A racer from childhood to the highest levels of the sport, Chase Piston leaves behind a legacy built on speed, grit, and passion for the game. Todd Meadows, a deckhand on Discovery Channel's Deadliest Catch, has died. He was 25 years old. Captain Rick Shelford confirmed the news on March 2nd, revealing Meadows passed away on February 25th during a fishing-related incident while the show was actively filming on the Bering Sea. Todd was the newest member of our crew, yet he quickly became family. Shelford wrote, "His smile was contagious. The sound of his laughter is something we will carry with us always." Discovery Channel released a statement calling it a devastating loss. While the entire fishing community mourned one of its youngest stars off camera, Meadows was a devoted father to 3 young boys. A GoFundMe was launched to support his children and cover funeral expenses, raising nearly $14,000 in just days. "Everything he did was for them," the fundraiser reads. "Their smiles, their futures, and the memories they will carry with him." Meadows joins a heartbreaking list of Deadliest Catch cast members lost too soon, including Nick Marvar, Nick M. Lashen, Blake Painter, Phil Harris, Justin Tennyson, and Tony Lara. The sea claimed another one of its own. Todd Meadows will not be forgotten. Robert Carradine died in February 2025 at the age of 71. He was the kind of actor who never chased the spotlight, yet somehow always found a way to own every scene he stepped into. Born into one of Hollywood's most legendary acting families, Robert carved his own path across 5 decades of American film and television, leaving behind a body of work that touched millions of people without them ever fully realizing how much he meant to them. He first caught the world's attention in Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets, a raw and unflinching debut that proved he was the real thing. He followed that with Coming Home and The Long Riders, the latter a rare moment where he shared the screen with his own brothers, David and Keith, in a film that felt less like acting and more like a family speaking its native language. But it was his fearless comedic turn in Revenge of the Nerds that made him immortal to an entire generation, and his warm, grounded presence in Lizzie McGuire that introduced him to a brand new one. Robert Carradine was proof that longevity in this industry is not about fame. It is about truth, and every time he appeared on screen, he told the truth.